What if jewels could speak? What secrets would they whisper? Tales of love, intrigue, and power, narrated not by ink on paper, but by the glittering facets and the cool luminescence of metal. Today, we're going to unlock the secrets of one of the British royal family's most exquisite yet surprisingly understated pieces, a tiara whose destiny is inextricably linked to Queen Elizabeth II's most private and diligently hard-working daughter, Princess Anne. In a world where royalty often conjures images of pomp and ceremonial extravagance, Princess Anne has always carved out her own unique path. The monarch's only daughter, born third in line to the throne, she displayed from a young age a character more suited to the sporting arena than the hallowed halls of a palace. A professional equestrian, she galloped to a gold medal at the European Eventing Championship in 1971 and proudly represented Great Britain at the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal, injecting a vital dose of pragmatism, resilience, and unyielding will into the image of a princess. Her lifestyle, dedicated to service and charity, clocking in over 500 official engagements a year, forged the image of a royal family member for whom duty consistently outshines dazzling display. And it was for precisely such a woman, seemingly far removed from the fickle currents of fashion, that one of the most elegant jewels in her collection was destined. The story of this tiara begins not in a royal treasury or the atelier of a court jeweler, but in an utterly unexpected place, a shipyard amidst the scent of fresh paint and the salty kiss of the sea breeze. In May of 1973, Princess Anne was fulfilling one of her many duties, launching the colossal oil tanker, the World Unicorn. It was a symbolic event, bridging the centuries-old traditions of the monarchy with the raw power of modern industry. And as a token of deep appreciation and profound respect, the shipowners, the Worldwide Shipping Group, presented the princess with a gift astonishing in its generosity and elegance. It was an antique diamond tiara. The gift proved incredibly timely, for in that very same month, Buckingham Palace officially announced Princess Anne's engagement to Captain Mark Phillips, her fellow equestrian on the Olympic team. Thus, the tiara, bestowed amidst the hum of industrial cranes, instantly transformed into a quintessential bridal adornment, a shimmering emblem of the coming celebration and a new chapter in the princess's life. It's crucial to note that this gift did not become part of the official crown jewels. It was, and remains, Princess Anne's personal property, which lends it a distinct, intimate value. But what, precisely, was this tiara? Was it simply a beautiful bauble, or did its glittering facade conceal a deeper narrative, its roots reaching back into a bygone era of elegance? Behold, a classic example of the style known as festoon or garland. This is not a massive piece, heavy with the weight of authority, but rather a light, almost ethereal symphony of diamonds and platinum. The tiara's base comprises delicate, intertwined garlands, bedecked with old-cut diamonds that shimmer softly rather than aggressively sparkle like their modern counterparts. These garlands, like floral branches frozen in a delicate dance, cradle the central element, a grand diamond encircled by smaller stones, along with side motifs crafted as stylized leaves and scrolls. Between the garlands, teardrop-shaped diamond pendants are suspended, creating, with the slightest turn of the head, the effect of living, flowing light, as if dewdrops were clinging to the finest spiderweb. The entire piece is fashioned from platinum, a metal that, in the early 20th century, revolutionized the art of jewelry. Its strength and pristine white color allowed master jewelers to craft incredibly delicate, open-work and almost invisible settings, making the diamonds appear to float in mid-air. While the exact creator of the tiara remains unknown, experts almost universally attribute it to the Belle Époque era, a splendid period spanning the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This was a time when legendary jewelry houses like Cartier, Boucheron, and Fabergé competed to craft light, exquisite, and incredibly feminine pieces for the aristocracy and the newly wealthy of Europe and America. The garland style was at its zenith, drawing inspiration from 18th century neoclassicism, the architectural flourishes of Versailles, and the romantic symbolism of flowers. Diamond-encrusted laurel wreaths, floral garlands, bows and ribbons adorned dress bodices, necks, and, of course, the elaborate coiffures of society's most elegant ladies. Princess Anne's tiara is the very quintessence of that era, an arrested melody of elegance, refinement, and serene luxury. The worldwide shipping group likely acquired it on the antique market, choosing a piece whose timeless beauty perfectly suited the young princess. And so, this treasure, a fusion of old-world charm and new-age dynamism, found its way into the hands of the young princess. How, then, did she unveil it to the world? The answer proved as elegant and thoughtful as the jewel itself. The wider public first glimpsed the tiara on a day that could truly be considered its official debut, August 15th, 1973. In celebration of her 23rd birthday, Princess Anne posed for a series of official portraits captured by the renowned photographer and her cousin, Lord Lichfield. In these images, the young princess, clad in an elegant gown, gazes into the camera with her characteristic understated confidence. The open-work tiara crowns her neatly styled coiffure, never overpowering the look, but rather highlighting her youth, freshness, and royal standing. Its diamond garlands perfectly harmonized with her delicate features, crafting the image of a princess who was at once modern and timelessly classic. However, the tiara's true triumph was yet to come. Weeks before her wedding to Mark Phillips, which took place in November of 1973, the world caught sight of another series of photographs that would become iconic. This time, the artist behind the lens was the legendary Norman Parkinson, a master of fashion and portrait photography. The shoot unfolded within Windsor Castle, where Parkinson managed to conjure an atmosphere of genuine enchantment. In one of the most celebrated shots, Princess Anne, in a white gown with a marabou cape, gazes tenderly at her fiancé. Her festoon tiara gleams in the soft light, transforming her into the heroine of a romantic epic. These portraits, brimming with tenderness and the anticipation of happiness, stood in stark contrast to the princess's usual, more rigorous and professional image. Here, the tiara served not merely as an ornament, but as a profound symbol of love and a future marital union. Following the wedding, the festoon tiara became Princess Anne's steadfast companion at the most significant events. It was an indispensable fixture in her evening wardrobe throughout the first decade of her married life. In 1974, during the state visit of Denmark's Queen Margrethe II to Great Britain, Princess Anne appeared in the tiara at a grand banquet, showcasing it within the context of the highest European diplomacy. That same year, during a visit to Canada, the tiara shimmered at the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair in Toronto, presenting the brilliance of the British monarchy on another continent. During an extensive tour across the Commonwealth nations, the tiara repeatedly graced the princess at official receptions. In 1975, it sparkled at a banquet honoring the state visit of the Swedish royal couple. And in 1977, the tiara became a glittering element of the grand celebrations for Queen Elizabeth II's Silver Jubilee, making an appearance at a gala concert at the Royal Opera House in Covent Garden. In these years, the tiara stood as a powerful symbol of a young princess confidently stepping into her role on the world stage. The tiara had become an integral part of her image during the first decade of her married life, a symbol of a young princess confidently stepping into her role. But then, the glimmer of its garlands began to appear in public less and less frequently. What prompted Princess Anne to tuck her cherished jewel away, and what fate awaited it next? Years passed, fashion evolved, and so did the princess herself. Her role within the royal family became increasingly focused on work, patronizing hundreds of organizations, embarking on humanitarian missions, and tirelessly serving the crown. Lavish state banquets were replaced by trips to developing nations and elegant balls by meetings with volunteers and military personnel. Princess Anne's style grew progressively more utilitarian and businesslike. Furthermore, the voluminous hairstyles and vibrant ensembles of the 1980s and 90s didn't always harmonize with the refined elegance of a Belle Époque tiara. The jewel, it seemed, had retired gracefully, hidden from public view in a velvet case, becoming a silent testament to a bygone era of glamour. For decades, it was scarcely remembered, and many concluded its brilliance would never again see the light of day. But magnificent jewels, like magnificent stories, possess a peculiar habit of returning. And the return of the festoon tiara was truly triumphant and incredibly touching. In 2008, Princess Anne's son, Peter Phillips, announced his engagement to Canadian Autumn Kelly. When the wedding day arrived, May 17, 2008, at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle, the bride walked down the aisle, and upon her head shone the familiar diamond garland. Princess Anne had lent her personal, iconic tiara to her future daughter-in-law. This gesture spoke volumes, more eloquently than any words. It wasn't merely the provision of a beautiful accessory. It was an act of familial embrace, a sign of maternal love and blessing. The tiara, once received by Anne herself as a wedding gift, now became a generational link, a family heirloom passing on the torch of happiness. On Autumn Kelly, with her fair hair and joyful smile, the tiara looked fresh and renewed, proving that true beauty is impervious to the passage of time. It had once again become a symbol of love and the genesis of a new family. This gesture revealed that the tiara was not just a relic, but a living part of the family's narrative, capable of gracing a new chapter. But would it ever return to the head of its first and primary owner? Nearly 10 years passed before the world received an answer. As the years unfolded, Princess Anne transformed from a youthful princess into one of the most respected and senior figures within the royal family, a true pillar of the monarchy. And so it was that in 2017, during a state visit by the Spanish royal couple, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, a long-awaited moment unfolded at a grand banquet at Buckingham Palace. Amidst the sparkle of other tiaras and orders, the diamond festoons once again gleamed atop Princess Anne's coiffure. It was a triumphant return. Now, the adornment looked different. On the seasoned, self-assured woman who had dedicated her entire life to service, the tiara wasn't merely a beautiful accessory. It was a testament to her unshakable status, her unwavering devotion, and her rightful place in history. It was a silent declaration: elegance, dignity, and duty, eternal virtues. A year later, in 2018, at a dinner for the heads of government of Commonwealth nations at Buckingham Palace, Princess Anne once again chose her festoon tiara. Paired with a demure evening gown and the ribbon of the Order of the Garter, the tiara appeared both majestic and perfectly suited. Her appearance at these two high-profile events was no coincidence. It signaled that for Princess Anne, this piece of jewelry was not for everyday wear, but reserved for momentous occasions when it was essential to present the British monarchy in all its understated splendor. The tiara, gifted to her in her youth, had journeyed with her through life, bearing witness to her personal and public evolution. The story of Princess Anne's festoon tiara is not one of mythical expense or dark, bloody legends. Instead, it is a narrative of quiet elegance, of unwavering dignity, and of enduring continuity. It began as a generous gesture from the world of high finance, became a symbol of young love and a fairy tale wedding, served as an instrument of diplomacy on the global stage, then transformed into a poignant family heirloom, passed down to the next generation, and finally returned as a beacon of unwavering authority and timeless beauty. This tiara, much like its wearer, proves that true value lies not in ostentatious glitter, but in impeccable style, steadfast loyalty to tradition, and the quiet fulfillment of one's duty. It is the perfect reflection of Princess Anne herself, understated, graceful, dependable, and utterly timeless. These diamond festoons have witnessed the shifting tides of eras and borne witness to personal joys and grand state celebrations. They silently hold the memories of gazes, smiles, and pivotal moments in the life of one of the royal family's most singular women. And gazing upon their unfading brilliance, one cannot help but wonder what more these silent diamonds could reveal about the untold story of the British monarchy. Which royal jewel inspires the greatest awe in you, and why? Tell us in the comments which jewelry-related story has captivated you the most. We eagerly await your stories and insights. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video if, like us, you are enchanted by the magic of royal treasures. And of course, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on new journeys into a world of sparkle, splendor, and grand history.